Hi all. Right, moving on to December 24th. Um, I'm still here anyway, so trying to motivate myself after the poor end to the 23rd. Um, well, we might as well get started anyway. Uh, right, so reserve phase. So we get the Allied reserves. Now we've got two of the 5th Corps armoured units, which is nice. And these was it infantry, a couple of infantry and cavalry unit from 12 Corps. But nothing for the Germans. Their day comes tomorrow though, although we get some British units. It's not an awful lot they get, but that's the last of their reserves, and the 26th and the 27th are our days, which if I keep things going, and as long as, I think the big one now we've got to concern ourselves with is if they can get supply back to the units in Liège. So I need to stop that, because that's going to give them 10 victory points at the end of the day, and they're on 49. However, no, that's right, because they need an extra. That would put them on 59, and I think, do they not need over 60 now? Yeah, they actually need greater than 60, so we wouldn't lose automatically just with that alone. They'd need something else, but that's not to say they can't. They've got a lot of units up at Liège as well, so they might try and push on a bit as well. Right, okay, let's not get dragged away. So yeah, that's Allied units. There's nothing that's been in the reserve units box for 2 days that we can deploy. The OKW units are already deployed. So now the cards. Well, the German draw pile is complete. There's no extra cards to come in as well. Any reinforcement cards for them. So that's them got their complete cards. So I'll shuffle this up first. I know the order is you do the German cards last and then do the Fading Initiative, but just because I'm over this side, so. Okay, that's that shuffled up. So they've actually got 37 cards. However, they're going to lose 5 to the Fading Initiative again, and we could possibly do an Allied Air interdiction as well to remove another 2, but we'll see what we get in our hand first. Right, so on to the Allied cards. So no reinforcements. We've got one to come on the 26th and one on the 27th, so nothing new there. So we shuffle the available supplementals, right? So I check. No, I don't need to check that first. So shuffle the available supplementals first, and draw. What are we on? 24th. So their supplemental is 9 cards still. Their hand size is 7. Yeah, it's just the same as it was on the 23rd. Okay, that's shuffled up the 9, so they go in the draw pile. And just to let you know, there's actually 7 cards left over from the supplemental, so that's why you might not see some cards. And then these supplementals from the day before, just checking they're all supplemental from the day before, they go in there for a possible next day. And then we take all the primary cards, just double check that that's what they are. I'll just knock some counters about. Right, that was it. These are all primary. Yeah. So so these all go in the draw pile. So we shuffle all this up, and we get to draw our initial hand of 7 cards. Okay, that's me drawing the 7 cards. Haven't looked at them yet. Just to remind you, I said, what is it? The Germans have 37 cards. We've got, what did they say? 16. So we've drawn 7, so we've only got 9 more cards in the deck. So big difference to the card situation. Right, let's have a look at what we get. Right, let's put the cards out here just for have a wee look. Oh, there's a nice air power from that division card anyway that we could consider with the air interdiction. Not really sure what it is I'm really looking for. I haven't looked at what I'm going to attempt to do, so so yeah, there we go. I've got two air power events for the possibility of doing the air interdiction. Don't think we would want to use that one, but possibly use that one with the fact that we've got the supplemental core card for 7 core, and obviously we've still got to get the primary card, so losing this card is not terrible. And we've got we've got both 12 core cards. That's quite good, because I think we're getting the actual. Yeah, I didn't look again. I think we're getting them back in supply, the 12 core units. I think. Well, we'll find out shortly. Okay, so that's my hand. So there is a possibility of air interdiction. So now jump back across and we'll get this fading initiative. Get my pinkies working. Right, so fading initiative of 5 cards. So let's see if we get some luck again. Well, that's not the best to start, is it? One. Just having a look at the division. Look at that, the 24th. They would have went out of fuel with that. And there is 2 of them left, elite. And that would have got the second SS out of fuel as well. So that's a bad start. 2 cards that I wouldn't have minded just drawing. Oh dear. Oh dear. I wouldn't have minded drawing that either. That's although they are starting to get on the mood, but I mean it's just division. It's just the division, isn't it? So that's 3. 53rd Corps. Reinforced battle. No, that does have a special event that would have applied, I suppose. What was that? Monty tidies the lines. Oops. Maybe have a wee look. What's the only units in the US First Army may not participate in Allied attacks? Ouch. That's a nasty one, so maybe not so bad that card's away then. Right, so we've got one more. Come on, make it a good one. Yeah, 47. Although it's a supplemental card, isn't it? Yeah, that we really done much better the last day, didn't we? So we got 2 of the core cards, and the good thing about getting the core cards is, you know, it stops them. They can't shuffle in at that time, whereas if you draw them for combat tactics later on, they shuffle back in again. I was just looking at that was a bridge engineer, so it's just something else we've got to be concerned about. Yeah, about building bridges. So those 5 cards. Yeah, and to be honest, the 47th they're not really the main force now, are they? The fact that we've eliminated 5 of them. Right, I just started panicking there. I thought I had, just looking at, we've got some 47 units in the reserve units box, and I'm thinking, did I look at them the last time? Because we activated the 47th quite late on in the day. But these guys came in very late in the day, didn't they? So nobody's mentioned anything anyway, so I'm assuming they're right to still be sitting there without doing anything. Yeah, the card itself, we never even drew the card to be able to deploy them, and the army group card to actually bring them down into the reserves came very late in the day, didn't it? Yeah, I think, and like I say, nobody's mentioned anything, so hopefully all is good there. Yeah, so not the best fading initiative, certainly not. We've certainly had much better ones than that. Okay, that's what it is. Right, generate German detachments. Okay. Right, I'll go and have a look at this and I'll point out anything that comes up. Okay, still looking. I've got across to Manhay and I stopped here because I remember talking about the fact that Manhay is an Allied supply by going 1, 2, 3, 4 into this hex and then tracing up through here and across and away. However, when you're doing this generation of detachments exert zone of control for Allied supply trays. So I can't actually trace supply for that purpose because 1, 2, into here, there's a detachment here exerting a zone of control into here. And the fact this German unit's exerting a zone of control into here, both the X's are blocked, so Manhay is not going to generate a detachment. Okay, here's the first one I've found, I think, this detachment here. Can't spawn there, it's adjacent to an Allied unit, that's adjacent to an Allied unit. German supply is not traceable for that one, but these two, German supply, oh actually, yeah, that's an Allied bridge, isn't it? I think it's okay, it goes across here, just for one. Well actually, you can go up here as well over the bridge. So German supply traceable like this, and Allied supply by going 1, 2, and then 3 into this hex, and then we can trace through that unit down through the road. So, and the same for this one, and German supply is traceable. So both them could spawn a detachment. This one's closer to this map edge, so it's going to be this one that will take the detachment. Yes, I believe. Just angle that just now so don't get muddled up. Okay, there's only a couple more to check though, I think. Okay, the next one. Both German supply and Allied supply are traceable to these two. I'm not sure about these two as well. Actually, I don't think so. But this one's closer to the map edge anyway, so pretty sure it would be that one that would spawn it. Yeah. Yeah, because German supply can be traced 1, 2, 3 onto this road and away, and Allied supply just step over the river. Yeah, I think that's good. So I think that's them all. So just spawn the 2. The only other one is in that where the Fuhrer Brigade is, Cine, but yeah, German supply is not traceable with that. No. Okay. So that's it. It's just the 2 in the middle there that I think we spawn new detachments. So, or was there another one? No, I think that was it, wasn't it? Right. Okay. And yeah, of course, the last bit is to put detachments in West Wall hexes with a hold value that are got both Allied and German supply traceable to them. There's none of them yet. The Allies haven't quite got through it. It's quite close actually, because this road almost has Allied supply traceable to it, and the problem unit is this unit here. If he wasn't here, we would be able to trace supply right up to St. Bith and Beal Sam, through Bastogne, but it's this hex, and of course we can't go up that way. The Germans have still got a bit of control there, but I'd like to think maybe by the end of the next day we might be able to cause more trouble with that. So I don't believe any of the West Wall hexes will generate a detachment because of that. So I'll glance over the map there though, so if any of us think that there should be, let me know. Right, on to the supply phase now. So let's see what German units we've got in trouble. There's going to be a few. So let me have a look. So obviously up at Liege, as well look there first. There's nothing to the east of that that's in any trouble. But Liege itself, as we eventually found out, and I realised what Martin was talking about, if they had been able to trace supply, then the game would have been over with a German victory. So they can't trace supply because they can. This is their bridge here, so they can trace into this hex, but that's it. It's still not getting across this other river. And like Martin rightly pointed out, bridge engineers building a bridge in here, or possibly any one of the hexes. I don't know exactly how it would then get them across, be able to trace into this road here, and then away. So these units this side of the river are obviously okay. These units in here can trace into this hex for the one crossing Unbridge River, so they're fine, as is this unit and this unit. But the ones in Liege and these units here cannot also. They don't. I know there's road down here, but there's no bridge to get them across, and they can't go that way. There's not a big roundabout way. They'd have to go through an allied town to be able to do that. So these guys here are out in low supply as well. And also this guy here will be in low supply as well, because again no bridge to go to get him out of trouble. So that's good for us. That's a good bit, but we've got to make sure we maintain that situation, or they will get another 10 victory points, and we've got to concern that situation right up until the end of the day, because it happens in the victory check phase at the end of the day. So if their last card manages to build a bridge up there, we need to be wary of that anyway. But so that's that. Them up there now. These guys here are okay in the middle. Yeah, there's no issues with any of them. But we do have the 47th obviously have issues further down here. So that's the Fuhrer Brigade. He's going to go from low supply to out of supply now. And these guys as well. Out of supply. Now they still, although they can't, I think out of supply you can't build an IP, but they still maintain it, I think. Pretty sure it actually states that. May not build an IP, may retain a previous one, so they will keep that IP. Now the other two units that managed to be able to trace supply the last time are now stuck as well. They're all surrounded, so this guy's going to go low supply, and so is this guy. I think that might be it. Yeah, the 58 core units are fine. This other 47 core units fine. Right, let's see these 53rd core units though. I think they might be in trouble, or one of them surely. I think this guy's alright, isn't he? He can still go 1, 2, 3, 4 and get onto this road still, and then have to go down and back up, but that's fine. Or this guy can make it too. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he can. Ugh. Right, so they're okay. That's a pity. Right, so further down the corner now, this guy's quite okay. And this guy should be alright as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and away. And yeah. Yeah, everyone else is okay. So yeah, just a bit of wage, and then obviously the 47 core units, which we've got stuck now, which is good. Nice having that Fury Brigade out of supply now, but okay, so time to look at our guys. Well, I suppose while we're down here, this guy's going from out of supply to isolated, unfortunately. So that's bad. Yeah, there's a good chance we're going to lose that and lose Ettelbruck today, I think. And then, like I say, we've then got to have some concerns about Arlo, and maybe we do have a few units. We've got some 12 core units to come in as well, but so I think most of that's going to have to concern itself with the south area. As for the north, well, I don't know. Okay, so there's that guy. Oh yeah, okay. The guy's up wage. Don't think there's anything else further south here though. R1's okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got these guys to look at because these were in low supply, and I did double check. So we can go 1, 2, 3 into there. As long as we can't go through this hex, but we can go into here, and then we're on a supply road. So we get these guys back, and same with this guy. He can go 1, 2, 3. As long as he doesn't go into that hex to trace, that's fine. And also, obviously, this one is back in supply, so that's nice at least. I don't think there's anything else in the middle there. No, there's no issues. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, and these are all alright. Yeah, right. So, but there is an issue up at Wage. Yeah, because the guys, the other side in here, the guys, that big armoured unit that shouldn't be there, he should be in there, and they shouldn't be there. Yeah. So they're in low supply. I think that is that, mind you. Ooh, wait a minute. No, Ufe. Yeah, because if it's surrounded, isn't it? Yeah. So it's in low supply as well. That's a 5 victory point hex as well, so there's still a lot of pressure being put on by the Germans, but I feel like part of that's my own doing. The other guys here, I'll zoom out a little bit. He can trace into here, he can trace into here, that's fine. Yeah, they're okay. Okay, right, I think that's them all. As a zoomed out picture a bit, as much as I can sort of get in case you want to look and see if I've missed anything. But that's what I can see anyway. So, last thing to consider is the Allied air interdiction then. Yeah, I always seem to struggle if I want to decide to do this or not. I've got a pretty good card to do it with, I suppose. The fact that we've got the 7th core supplemental card in our hand, so means we've also got the 7th core primary card to come. So I've got 2 cards to be able to activate these, and this would only no deployment as well with them. Yeah, that's something I need to remember. So this would only activate the 83rd or the 2nd armour. and we don't have the 83rd on board yet. So all it would, well, I say all it would do, it's probably one of our strongest division is activating that stack of 15 strength elite armoured units. So, it's not to be taken for granted. It would still be quite a good activation. However, like I say, I've got I'm going to have two of the full core cards to be able to activate, so I have no idea what I'm doing as well with them. When it comes to time, I've no idea. I don't know if I should be trying to push up to Liège or not. I think I just want to make sure that I'm defending. Well, the other thing is I've got Ufe to consider. I do need to consider. In actual fact, this unit can break into Hui, can't it? Not quite. It's infantry, isn't it? Yeah. So it's in zone of control. So at 1, 2, 3, it's just short actually reaching Hui. So yeah. Okay, well, I'm probably going to have to pause the camera and go and have a think about what it is I'm going to do anyway. It's going to probably take some time to decide, so let's not bother you with that just now, and let's just decide if I want to play this card for the Allied Air Interdiction. Remember, what it does is I get to discard the top 2 cards of the German draw pile, and the Germans skip their first impulse. I feel like it's more than likely I am going to do it, but I'll just have a little think about it. Yeah, you know what? I didn't think too long there actually. I'm going to do it because I didn't get a very good fading initiative there. So I'd like to try and grab another 2 cards. Hopefully we can get something better. So I'm going to play this for air power to do the Allied Air Interdiction. So let's go across and see what cards we can snag this time. Get the pinkies a better rub this time. Okay, so here goes. Well, that's better. Okay, we'll take that. And one more. Yeah. Oh, mind you, it's the bridge engineers. So there was that. And that is for the whole core, but well, 5th Panzer Army card, it's good. Although, are the 5th Panzer Army the worrying army? They're not, are they? It's the 6th Panzer Army that the problem now, so... Oh well, okay, well, I've done it now, so... That's going away, that's us played the Allied Air Interdiction, but it does mean that the first impulse is going to be ours rather than the Germans. So... there is that. Okay, so I'm going to go away now and scratch my head for quite a long time, try to work out what it is I'm going to try and do. I've actually no idea. I've ideas what to do down the south, but in the middle and up the north, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think about it. Try and avoid some of these silly mistakes that I made. Well, that big blunder. Anyway, right, okay, well, almost going on for 30 minutes here, so I might as well just cutting this just now, and I'll get back with an Allied impulse once I've made my mind up. Okay guys, cheers. Hi all. It's been some time since I've done any recording. I did record the first part, the first few phases, reserve phase and that. Anyway, what you'll see previous to this, I recorded that, but it was about 2 weeks ago now, so maybe if I do put this bit together you'll see something shortly. Anyway, that's saying things like that while you're recording a video doesn't work time wise, does it, because you're actually watching it. Anyway, yeah, I think the reason for it is I've just hit a bit of a wall again. Probably partly to do with what happened up at Liège and the silly mistake that I made. Made me not too keen to come back and try and make things right, I suppose. And however, I do want to get this finished. and the fact I've spent that much time put into this, the whole recording of the German solo and the Ally solo, I don't want to just say, right, let's just scrap it, we'll just call it now, it's been going on long enough. Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't really do that, so, but I'd like to get it finished. I'd like to get this table back. I know I have another table, well, actually I have a small table as well, but I think this has been here too long, and like I said previously about the German solo, this is gathering dust now as well. So it's been on here long enough. Unfortunately, I'm really going to have to like just bash on into it if I'm going to get through it, because it does look like it could stretch the distance, assuming I'm not willing to just scrap it. If I'm wanting to go to a conclusion, it looks like it's going to stretch the distance. Unless, however, the Germans make some more moves like they did and grab enough victory points to get the win, possibly, that could happen. And it could more likely happen because I feel like now if I'm going to get into this, I'm going to have to just make quicker decisions rather than sit and ponder. I mean, I've sat and looked at the cards that I've got 2 or 3 times before I started doing this recording, and there's so many choices, so many options here what to do, and I've no idea what the best option is, and I think I'm trying to find the best option because of what happened, but I think I just need to, if I'm going to get through this game, I just need to pick a move and then go for it, and then try and get through this day much quicker than I have been, and maybe that'll get me back in the mood as well. It's not that I don't like the game or anything like that. It's not like I'm fed up with it, but I've been at it for some time now, I suppose. And then, I suppose I could do a new game up on the table here as well. I got that. I've been reading more into the rules of the Red Storm, and also went and ordered. I know this is not part of this, but I think John Brown's quite into Red Storm. I've seen he made some comments on some of the posts I was looking at as well, so he must be quite into it. There was a fan made, but it's done through GMT, I think. Fan made sort of unofficial solo mode. I think it has 10 extra solo missions or something like that, and they're totally dedicated to solo. Whereas the base game itself is a bit restricted solo wise. Anyway, it's obviously it's been published, so it must have had high regard and to go to that stage. Anyway, I ordered that. I think I might actually come today. So I'd maybe quite like to get that game set up and have a wee shot of that. Anyway, I suppose me talking about trying to get on with things, and we're coming up to 5 minutes here, and I've just been yakking as usual. Okay, let's see if I can get back into things. Fingers crossed, although I can't guarantee it. You might end up seeing one video and then there's a big delay again while I try and get back into it. But we shall see. Okay, there's a quick reminder of my 6 cards. I know it's maybe not the best light there, but I'm sure you can make out what they are. Just a reminder of what we want to do. And like I say, pretty much every one. We've got 12 core, 3rd core, 7 core, 18 core. And just looking at the map, there's just there's so many options, so many good things I could try and do, but I've just been hunting about to try and find what the best one is. But however, I did come across, right, let's moving on and trying to do something. I did come across, I know I was talking before about the end of the last day about moving into Hutton, and Hutton it is, not Hutton, Hutton. Well, that's my pronunciation. It could be completely different. Anyway, and then I remembered at the last minute that it's got a detachment. That's what the wee brown cubes are, obviously, in the town. So when I moved here, I would have had to stop. However, I do have the activation to activate 18 core, and I could activate them, the detachment will drop off and I could stroll into Houghton. So that just feels like, I mean, like I say, there's probably lots of better moves that I could be making. Just want to try and move on, and that grabs me back 2 victory points to just at the very first impulse of the day. So also we do have these units in here. There's an 18 core under there as well. I think he's bracketed right enough, but there's a couple of German units in low supply there, so we could have a go there. Yeah, and also I feel we're taking this town. We've got the card to activate 7 core. They can come down. No, the road doesn't go that way actually. Oh, it goes up across here. Oh, we would get this bridge as well then. Activating that would get that bridge. These armoured units would then be able to come across this bridge and, you know, maybe start messing about here. And I don't want to look up at Liege because I've not got a clue what I'm going to do up there really. Yeah, let's just worry about that later. Okay, anyway, so a couple of my initial thoughts. Like I say, there's lots of other possibilities. 12 core down here adjacent to this unit. We could probably have a go at this. You've got the 3rd core as well. We've got the card to activate them. And then, like I said, 7 core. You know, there's loads of. The only card we don't have is a British card, which would have made things even more what did I do. But anyway, okay, so let's decide anyway, Grant. Yeah, let's just go with this, let's say, rather than taking too much time. Let's activate 18 core. I did say I should maybe start considering repairing some points on this day as well. That would have been a good choice for this card as well, I suppose, but you can't do everything. I think the fact I'm able to grab 2 victory points back here makes sense, taking back a town that's been taken by the Germans. So, right, stick with that, Grant. Okay, so I will gain this bridge back because it's not a German unit adjacent to there. And this detachment will drop off because we're activating that unit. Is there any other situations somewhere? No, I don't think there is. We do have a guy down, a couple of guys down here as well, but they're not really. Yeah, so it's just that. So that yeah. So let's not mess about. Let's just jump into Houghton with this unit. So it's just 1 movement point. And I don't think I want to do anything clever like move on. I was reading hang on a second. So I might just have to double check. There was some rule I read recently, but I had been reading the Kharkov rules, and it might just be that if you move into an occupied town, actually maybe it could be this. There was something in it. If I move it, like what I'm thinking just now is I can go 1 and then maybe move across this bridge. I mean, it's probably silly because I'm then leaving the town empty, but just wondering if there's. I read something somewhere that said that if you moved in and took a town, then you had to stop there. Just let me have a look, see if that is within these rules. Yeah, this isn't something that really rings a bell. I'm sure I would have come across this before. I mean, generally, I suppose if you do move into an enemy town, you more than likely are stopping, but I don't think there is a restriction. But I believe that could be something that's getting introduced in Kharkov, because I read something somewhere that you had to stop when moving into a town. However, you know what? I'm going to stop, so why waste time here, Grant? So I'm going to move into Houghton and stop there. So we pinch back 2 victory points from them, so that knocks them back down to 47. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do with the rest of these guys. Okay, I think the only other thing I'm going to do is attack this unit. This is a 1 strength armoured unit. animal supply. It does have an IP though. I did contemplate maybe attacking this as well, but he's full strength, elite, IP. But I was going to reinforce the battle with these guys. But I don't think so. I think we'll just leave him surrounded, and hopefully we can get him out of supply next day. So yeah, these units round about this are going to attack here. I think that's about the best I've got. I mean, saying that I could reinforce. If I've got a reinforced battle, I could maybe. Hang on. Nah, you know what? I mean, I've got all these guys trapped, so why not just keep them there? I mean, these two stacks are going to go isolated next turn, and then we can just have a random attack at them and not care about getting hit back. So okay, I'm just going to go for this one. So no movement. The thing I was just looking at, yeah, that's fine. Got to remember when I move allied units, they've got to still be able to trace supply. I need to maybe watch that a little more now. I don't think that there's no real issues with that just now. Right, so we're going to attack this guy. He's going to attack. I mean, yeah, he should attack because that gives us the flank. If I don't attack with him, it doesn't, because we don't really need the odds. The odds are going to be huge. Do I really care about? See, if I don't attack with that guy underneath. Oh, does it matter, Grant? What are you going to do with him? Because he's not giving me a chip pool, and he's only adding 1 to the strength. I think I was getting 11 to 1 odds anyway. Well, actually, I could possibly move him into there. Give me a second. Yeah, I think I'll actually do that. It's a pity it wasn't from the same division as that guy, but... So, breaking zone of control 1, 2, and then putting them into Marseille, just to support there. It's an extra step, because that unit was bracketed, so... right, and then these units come in. Now, initially I was going to bring this guy in. Well, I might still. It's just the fact he's green. But at the moment, what I've got is 3, 5, 8, 10. So I've got 10 to 1 odds, but I've only got 1, 2, 3, and then 1 for elites. I've only got 4 chip pools. So if I bring this guy in, I get an extra chip pool. I get 13 to 1, which is kind of irrelevant. But I then have a green unit attacking. And at the moment I've got elites. So I could chuck an artillery into the battle, but I mean, he has got an IP though as well. So I kind of feel like I don't want to throw in an in, just hopefully we get a couple of odds chits. 10 to 1, Or should I bring the guy in for an extra chip pool? Maybe I should. The chances of getting elite attacker, green attacker, it's a gamble, eh? Yeah, I actually think bringing this guy in just for the extra chip pool is probably the better idea. The fact that I've got such big odds, 1 extra chip pool to draw an odds. I mean, okay, it could go against me. I could draw an attacker green chip. Like I say, that's the gamble. So 3, 6, 9, 11, 13. 13 to 1. It's got an IP. So 13 to 1, right, not got a big enough dice for that. So I don't know, I think it goes up to about 9 to 1, I think is the highest chit you see. So right, and I'm not going to play any combat tactics. The only one I would have considered was artillery, but I think I'll just keep hold of that now. As long as we don't get any hits against us here, that would feel like a blunder if that happens, but it's possible still. Right, and then chip pools are, like I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 for elites 5. That one doesn't get anything. So 5 chip pools. 13 to 1 odds. Right, and he's in low supply, so he's not going to get to draw a card. So, and there's this one, minimum of 1, so... yeah, that's the thing, yeah. If I get 1 hit on it, oh yeah, because this guy's low supply. I don't think he's got a retreat. Oh, he's got an IP on him now though, isn't he? That's the thing. Yeah, so I think it's D2 that I need. So I'm probably going to have to draw more than the 1. Right, okay, let's get the 1 to see where we start. Okay, good start. Yeah, that's what we want. Odds chits. Like I say, if he didn't have that IP, I think that would finish him off, because his only retreat options are into a unsupplied unit, which means he would be taking a step loss. He'd still be in an allied zone of control. However, he's got an IP now, like we decided. Yeah, I guess we draw the other 4 then. Yeah, I mean, I can't decide. I mean, hopefully the first one will do it, but you can't guarantee it. Right, I'll draw the other 4. Yeah, it was good. It was close. This was the second last chit though. I had to wait. Of course, didn't play artillery. Don't have a large attack. Second last chit, 7 to 1. I thought, yeah, okay, got him. And then I drew this City Forest, and I thought, what terrain is it in? And I thought, right, it doesn't look like forest. It looked like woods. And then I thought, I'm going to take a hit, but it's not applicable. It's woods. It would have been annoying to have taken a hit, but yeah. So excellent result. Perfect. He's taken 3 hits. The first one removes the IP. The second one, he has to retreat, and he can only retreat into a allied zone of control and with a friendly unsupplied unit, so takes a step loss. And that's another 47th unit gone. So yeah, that's something, a wee bit payback, I suppose. Right, and then of course no hits to us. Right, advance after combat. Well, yeah, I suppose we should move something, possibly these into here. Let me have a wee think. Yeah, I think just moving these 2 infantry into here gets them up, not only adjacent to this, but adjacent to this as well. Yeah, okay, right, let's go with that, Grant. Let's try and move things along. And yeah, that's it. What was the other thing? I thought I was maybe going to put an IP on this, but I ended up attacking that guy as well. That didn't backfire as well, the green attacker did it. Yeah, and the other possible units to build IPs that didn't do anything are in towns anyway. Okay, I'll get these units cleared up. That's our first impulse of the day. And we get to draw back up to 7, so I'll show you the next 2 cards. I'll show you, that's 7, yeah, because we played 1 for the Allied there introduction. So first one's First Army card. Okay, that's good. Deploy all First Army reserves. And no, we've got a bit of both. We've got 5th Corps and 12th Corps, which are from the separate armies. And there's 8 Corps, right? No British card. I suppose that at least takes that away from my mind about, oh no, I've got the British to think about as well. The 8th Corps cards, there's a few of the units left, isn't there? Okay, I'll tidy things up there, and you know what, I'm going to cut this just now, because I might be able to add this on to the first wee bit, and at least upload something, just so you know that I'm still alive. Okay, right, cheers.